Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Goodeman. It's been a very interesting day. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're just getting set up here. You should do it. I don't want to go into this too long, but we had another meltdown, meaning almost literally that the broadcast closed down because the iPhone got overheated. That happens when I stick the charge cord in for too long while performing a function like YouTube. And second time it's happened, I'm not worried about it. I've got it under control. Within our fantasy game replay, what happened was there was a blackout in the entire stadium for about 30 minutes, give or take. And Steve Hargan, I don't think Steve Hargan or Gary Peters are happy about it, but we are in the top of the 8th in a scoreless frickin' ball game, and all of these broadcasts are saved. How frickin' cool is this? Let's hope we don't go into extras, because I'm not in the mood for that tonight. If that's the case, we'll suspend the game and continue. If you're just joining us, it's a scoreless frickin' ball game, Kathy Harden. Peters and Hargan each pitching better than the other. And we're in the top of the 8th. Ward, where we left off, Carlos May grounded to Nelson at second for the first out. And now here's Tommy McCraw, a left-handed hitter going against Hargan. Hargan's having the game of his career. Oh, and don't tell me this doesn't matter to him as a person. Excuse me, I spilled some water actually on some of my Strat-O-Matic cards, and all that needs to happen here, it's just going to add character to these cards, is to just give it a very, very, we'll put Eddie Leon over here because he's very wet. Even Tommy McCraw got a little, but Eddie Leon is pretty wet. I don't know if you can see it there. Actually, it's fading already. And we'll let him cool off, dry off. Here's Tommy McCraw. That's what matters. He got a little wet. And Steve Hargan with one out. He's ready to resume this ball game. Nobody on base. He's got the ball. He gets the sign from Sims. Hargan into his windup, and the pitch to McCraw. 3-8. Grounds it to first. Scooped up by Horton. And he steps on the bag, and I just can't. Well, I'm really having a fun time here just watching this ball game. Oh shit, there's a cockroach. It's almost like a palmetto bug, those goddamn things. Yeah, just like the 89 series also. We had a blackout. Hopefully we'll stay cool here. and we have 70% on the battery. Here's Ron Hansen with 2 outs, no one on. There'll be more weed for me. 5-9. Struck him out. Oh, Hargan gets Hansen swinging. Oh, Lord, his 6th of the game. He's retired 10 in order here. I don't know what to say, people. We're headed to the, well, I'll just say we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. And I'm going to take a hit and see that Strat-O-Matic is the greatest entertainment value that I have ever purchased. And it's a personal thing. If you like it, great. If you don't, okay. But I'm going to take just a little chip off this. Just a little chip. It's a micro chip. And I'm going to put it within my very dirty but usable chillum. I need to get 90% alcohol and kosher salt, coarse kosher salt, and first boil the things and then clean them with that, soak them with that, and then flush them out. They'll be brand new. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Gary Peters, and his first pitcher will be the very wet Eddie Leon. Can you see the Can you see how wet he is? That's wet right there. That's why you want to be careful with it. You want to let it dry out. And if he's not completely dry after the game, we'll put him on top so he gets most of the air. What a great entertainment value. And the value of it to me is actualized because I'm able to share it with you. I'm serious. Kathy Harden, Gigi, Mr. Perota, Lucky Dog, having dinner with his wife in a restaurant. Eddie Leon will lead it off. The very moist Eddie Leon. And here's Peters now. The wind up, the pitch to Leon. 4-8. Base hit. Eddie Leon off Peters. What a way to start the inning. Left in a quandary. Do we hit for Hargan? He's a deep bunter. Do we do the heartbreaking thing? Let's put aside how we feel about the people and think about that I have a pitcher whose card is better than Hargan. This is a total fluke. The guy's ERA is over 5, people. So I have no doubt I'm going to hit for him. I have a rule that I generally hit in the 8th or 9th in scoreless or losing by 1 or more runs. That's like a given. So there will be a new pitcher. That's it. Coming in to hit will be a very, very interesting specimen who played in the first game. I'll just give you that hint. He played in the first game. You don't know? Steven Perota has... No, you didn't miss anything. It's a scoreless game, Mr. Perota. But just for you, I'll give you a Reader's Digest version. We were 1 out in the top of the 7th with McCraw at the plate, and there was a blackout, meaning my iPhone overheated, I had to reconfigure this continuation, and this game is just unbelievable, Mr. Perota. And I was calling you a lucky dog because you were eating out with your wife. It must have been a quick dinner. Ken Suarez is hitting for Hargan. What I did, Mr. Perota, is put aside my feelings of what I would like to be, namely to allow Hargan to continue to pitch his shutout. I put that aside with the idea that he's a debunter, and I said, no, for the best interest of this team, we're going to bring Suarez in to hit with Leon on first with a single, so Hargan will be through. He pitched 8 shutout innings. He allowed 3 frickin' hits. I think he pitched better than Peters. And no walks. What the hell? Okay, and the guy struck out 6, and he is of no record at this point. And Burkhart, one of my favorites, whose card is better than Hargan. What a, oh yeah. Leo and Gill. Wow, that's funny stuff. So we're going to bring Burkhart in, a right-hander. He's warming in one of the most remarkable, well, and enjoyable games. Here's Ken Suarez coming up. Peters will work from the stretch with Leon on first, bottom of the 8th, no score. And the pitch to Suarez. 2-5. Grounds it to short, double play. Oh, Kenny Suarez. Grounds into a double. It fits. It fits the entire narrative of this ball game. And Peters now has 2 outs, nobody on for Jose Cardinal. But, you know, Jose has power. He's 1 for 3 today. Gary Peters now. And the pitch. 2-10. Grounds it to first. Hopkins steps on the bag, and we're going to the 9th. It's a scoreless ball game, and there's a new pitcher for the Cleveland Indians, and his name is Larry Burkhart. He worked in only relief, 42 innings, 4.25, no saves. Larry Burkhart had a pretty good home run ratio, 2 in 42 innings. So here comes Burkhart taking his warm-ups, and it will be Pavlitic, and then there'll be a hitter for Peters. I mean, how much are you going to work these guys? Pavlitic leads it off, top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. 2-3. Walked him. Even better reason. Again, we'd love Peters to be able to finish, but, you know, Pavlitic is on first, and there's some things going on here. First of all, someone's coming in to run for Pavlitic. He's a 1-8, and it's going to be Ken Berry. Of course it's going to be Ken Berry running. So Berry ran for Pavlitic in the 9th, the top of the 9th. And just for your information, replacing Pavlitic will be Herman. He's not happy about having to get all suited up, but yeah, there is going to be a bottom of the 9th. And Herman, that's what we're paying you for. So don't give me any shit. And there'll be a pinch hitter for Gary Peters, just like the Indians did. Peters pitched 8, and he allowed 5 hits, and he also walked nobody. So this has been just a 6 strikeouts, no runs. This has just been an amazing game. And there's going to be a wait a minute. What did I fucking do here? Can anybody tell me who walked here? This was supposed to be Peters. 2-3. And I looked on. Been a long game, folks. This should have been Pavlitic. Let me just check. I put it in the wrong spot. 2-3. It is a walk. It's just because of this stupid thing I put here that made me miss it. Okay? So we have rectified that. We'll put this right over the walk by in error for Peters to not confuse anybody. And now we come to and Berry is running for Pavlitic. So you could see I knew what I was doing. It was just a location error. Let's see who's going to hit here. And by the way, Wilbur will be coming in to pitch the bottom of the 9th. Wilbur, who's had mixed times, but Wood is warming. That's what we're fucking paying him for. And let's see who's going to hit here with with Berry on first. He's an East Steeler, but he's a 1-15. Coming in to hit is Walt Williams for the White Sox. Walt Williams. So here comes Williams, and we'll fix this somehow. Lord Christ. We will fix that somehow, some way. So let's get ready here. The go-ahead run is on first. There's no walk here. Burkhart from the stretch, a right-hander. Walt Williams pinch hitting, and the pitch to Williams, 4-2, struck him out. Burkhart with the strikeout. Williams is retired. Lord. And here's the top of the order, Buddy Bradford. Remember, it's Berry on first, 1 out. Berry pinch hitting for Pavlitic. Here's Bradford now. The pitch from Burkhart, 3-3. Grounds it back to Burkhart, who turns the double play. Very typical of this ball game. And the side is retired. And I'm going to find this bastard, Eddie Herman, for giving me attitude about asking him to suit up and catch the bottom of the 9th. I'm going to fine him for conduct, talking back to me like that. Well, here comes Wilbur Wood. And Wood, he's been effective sometimes, but sometimes he's freaking lost the ball game. And he's not the greatest, but he's a 3.01, 10 and 11. Well, he's in a lot of close games, solely used in relief. And that's because he's with a shitty team. 15 saves. I call this a good relief pitcher, especially for the White Sox. And if he's going to lose this game right now, so frickin' be it, okay? It's Dave Nelson leading it off. Here's Wilbur. struck him out. Okay, he's off to a good start. You know, there aren't many people today who are like young children who were named Wilbur. I mean, you had Wilbur Wood, you had Wilbur, the guy who owned Mr. Ed. You had that crazy Wilbur guy who was the head of some department in the cabinet, business and commerce. Wilbur, corrupt guy. I'm sure you have some others. Here's Hawk Harrelson, 1 out, nobody on. What a frickin' game. 2-4. And it's hit deep by Harrelson. Oh my Lord, it's a 19. Oh, how can he break our hearts? Ken Harrelson got a wood fastball, sent it deep, and it's a frickin' 19. It was 1-17. This game would have been over. But instead, Harrelson at third with a triple. The ball was stopped, and he was racing, and Harrelson has speed. But the good news is that the winning run is 90 feet away, and they got a couple chances unless Horton doubles. Wilbur Wood allows a triple. It's what this guy's been doing a lot this year, allowing shit when he's supposed to come in and keep things quiet. Well, Tony Horton is overdue. He's 0 for 3. He was 0 for 4 in the first game, Horton. He's 0 for 7 in this doubleheader. I think he's primed and ready. Don't you, Kathy Harden? Just try to make good contact with the ball is what I say. Don't try to hit it out of the park. Just make some good, solid contact. And you get a fly ball, this game's over, if it's deep enough. Okay. Tony Horton steps in the batter's box now. What the fuck is this guy doing here? Jesus Christ. Where's Wood? Wood has just drifted into the woodwork. Lord, where did you go, Wilbur? Didn't mean to mock your name. There you are, you rascal. Tony Horton, the dangerous Tony Horton. Take just a little bit right here. Because I have not said whether we'll go into extra innings or not. I do not think so. We'll suspend it. This will be a 3-part video for this game and a 4-part video for the doubleheader. Nice to play this on a playlist. In fact, just these two from this game. Oh. Okay, Wood is ready. He's working from the stretch. It's 1 out, bottom of the 9th. No score. Harrelson tripled with 1 out. The infield is in on Horton. And here's the pitch. 1-7. Grounds it back to the pitcher. Let's just check the chart on infield in A. And Harrelson holds. It wouldn't have been a score anyway. So that's 2 outs. And it's all up to Cap Peterson. Ron McGrath has found us again. Okay. Wilbur Wood, Peterson at the plate. The pitch from Wood, 5-7. And that is a base hit. The ball game is over. Cap Peterson, a walk-off single to end the ball game. And what a frickin' game it was. Oh my. Cap Peterson walked it off with a base hit. Look at that Cleveland dugout. Wow. The final score, Cleveland Indians 1, Chicago White Sox nothing. Let's look at this ninth inning again. Nelson struck out by Wood. Harrelson tripled. Then Horton, with the infield in, grounded it back to Wood. He held Harrelson for 2 outs. And then Cap Peterson on a 5-7-6 knocked a base hit through the middle, right off of Wood's card. What a game, Kathy Harden. That's exactly what we've seen. Some real good games. There are sleepers and there are peepers. The win goes to Larry Burkhart. He pitched 1. Do they sometimes give it to the starter in this case? Because Peters also pitched no runs. You know, I think it's where are you, Stephen Perota? Burkhart gets the win. The loss, once again, it's Wilbur Wood. We're gonna have to have a good talking to him. He pitched 2/3 of an inning and lost. And it was Cleveland 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. Chicago, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. It was only 1 walk thrown in the whole game, and it was by Larry Burkhart in the top of the 9th. And he was out in a double play to end the inning. This has been amazing pitching. Hargan, Peters, I'm just glad that Hargan was able to see the I'm going to say that the star of the game is Steve Hargan. Some of you may disagree, but when you weigh everything, it's between him and Peters. And Hargan, they both let up no runs, but he let up 3 hits and 6 strikeouts, 5 hits and 6 strikeouts. He was on the winning team. Otherwise, you're going to give it to somebody who did a fluke, a one-shot deal, like Peterson for the walk-off single, or Harrelson for the triple. I mean, I don't see anything else. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We've enjoyed having you on SBN. I say to people in text, feel free to jump in text, the rest of you, anytime. We try to have a friendly, collegial, non-competitive, and non-dick behavior with our social community. We thank Kathy Harden, Gigi, Mr. Perota, Ron McGrath. Just found out from Mr. Perota about some unassisted triple plays. And he had dinner tonight with his wife. Good for him. I'm going to shift to Spaces. I want to wish you all good night. Stay strong. Stay well. And Strat on.